Let's get the thoughts on what you can anticipate for the State of the Nation address. The ACDP's Reverend Kenneth Meshoe joins us in the studio to get his sense of where to from here and what we can expect and what he'd like to hear from the President later. Reverend, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
What do you want to hear from the President? Could he actually give us anything different, do you think, from the last 9 addresses? Because some, and the people that my colleague Iman Repeti has been speaking to, have just said it's always the same thing.
Well, I agree with them. But I'm hoping that today his conscience will remind him of all the men and the women who are sitting on the pavements, sleeping on the pavements. And when you ask many of them, what are you doing here on the pavements this time of the day or night, they will tell you, we are looking for jobs. So high unemployment in this country is the issue that the president must focus on. The most painful thing for me is to see graduates, to see professionals, to see medical doctors toy-toying and also protesting, saying we want to offer good delivery of healthcare to our people in the clinics and in the hospitals. But we are told that government cannot pay us. So we have people who are saying our hearts are yearning to assist the patients who need quality healthcare, but they cannot give it because government says they can't pay the doctors.
These are the same people we said should be going out. Go and get an education. Go and do this so that you can have a brighter future. And yet it doesn't seem to be that bright. What went wrong, do you think, in us getting ourselves to the right place in terms of service delivery as a country?
I think one of the things that I think went wrong was to try and offer something that no country in the world that I know of is offering: free health care. Okay? You have foreign nationals, and many of them illegal foreign nationals competing and sometimes even threatening to fight the locals, who are saying, we go into hospitals, we are told that there's no medication because these guys that are illegal in the country are taking all the medication. Now, what of the problems that has led to that is the constitution, the current constitution, that has promised everyone has the right to access to health care. Okay? When other countries are saying every citizen, so the ACDP is going to fight to amend the constitution so that we do not give free services that no other country in the world is giving to illegal immigrants in the country, but we focus mainly on the citizens. The citizens of South Africa must benefit from the democratic dispensation and the democratic constitution that we have, and that is not the case today.
So the issue is not necessarily that we're giving out free education, it's who we're giving it to. You think that that is a pain on the fiscus, that is hurting us financially?
Definitely. Where in the world? You know, America has money, they don't do that. UK, you can talk about all the European countries, you can talk about Canada. They will not give all illegal immigrants what South Africa, with limited resources, is trying to do. So government must correct their strategy, and they also must amend the constitution, because those guys who are fighting for these free resources have a constitutional right. And until we address this constitutional, I believe, blunder, then we are going to continue having less resources to assist South Africans who are the majority of taxpayers in this country.
Let's talk about jobs. We haven't given people enough jobs, have we? I mean, you're just talking about the healthcare professionals who themselves are struggling to find any kind of work, any kind of jobs. And then if you go to lower skilled, it gets even worse. Where are we getting that wrong? Is it the kind of education we're offering, where we're offering that? Are we forcing people maybe to, or enticing people to go to university far too much? Maybe we should be looking at TVET colleges and the like, etc. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the TVET colleges have to be promoted much more now, so that at least people will have skills. This government has made a lot of blunders. One of the things that have surprised me was to see children in Japan, primary school children, who are masters in economics, who are masters, who are growing with knowledge, with mathematics, for example, cleaning their rooms, cleaning the school classrooms, okay? They clean, something that we were doing when we were their age, all right? But our children are not given any responsibility. if you did not know Arabile, ACDP is the only political party that voted against the Constitution of South Africa. And one of the reasons we did that was that we saw rights but no responsibilities. Yeah. Rights must be balanced with responsibilities, and this is one of the things that we want government to address, because when you have children who at home cannot help, because government said when they lied to people, we want the children to focus on studies. You see our children, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, in the streets. So they don't study. They are not producing better marks than those children who are working and doing manual jobs in school, because they are being trained for the future. Our children are not being trained for the future. They are not given any skill. They don't know anything except just to complain and to have sex all the time, talk about sex, be on TikTok. That is what South African children are specializing in. So ACDP said, no. Our children must be taught responsibility. Take responsibility. And if there are no jobs, learn something. Let the schools teach children how to work with their hands. Yes. And then when we do that, we are going to see some progress that will be much better than what we are seeing today.
Reverend Kenneth Meshoe, I'm hoping to speak to Siviwe Kwagube a little bit later, the Basic Education Minister, and hopefully I can plow a few more thoughts of exactly what you've made note of to her and get her sense of how we can fix things. But really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the time. The ACDP's Reverend Kenneth Meshoe, the leader of the party.